The film is both a celebration of Chinatown and an exploration of, I guess you could say, the intersection between racism and urban planning.
Big Fight in Little Chinatown, a documentary about the fight to preserve Chinatown in Montreal and beyond. The film, a story about resilience, displacement, and hope.
The film takes place in 5 different Chinatowns and really looks at the kind of gentrification pressures that these neighborhoods are facing. But I also wanted to really celebrate the kind of agency that the community had to fight for itself.
Montreal filmmaker Karen Cho explores the hardships within Chinatowns in New York, Vancouver, Toronto, San Francisco, and Montreal.
I could see this kind of pattern emerging in the different Chinatowns. On some level, they're all facing similar issues. You know, a lot of Chinatowns have entered into a kind of period of neglect or active erasure, and that was happening in Montreal's Chinatown, my home Chinatown here, where there's condo projects going up on every block or every corner of the Chinatown.
This is really a battle for the soul of Chinatown, not only here in New York City, but throughout North America.
The present was really echoing the past, where Chinatowns were raised in the name of urban renewal, where projects would come in, government buildings like Guy Favreau would get dropped onto the Chinatown without any consultation of the community whatsoever. So it still happens into the present.
Each fight for Chinatown was generational.
This Chinatown, like all historic urban Chinatowns, were built off of racism, right? Like I'm 5th generation Chinese Canadian. My families are connected to the beginnings of this Chinatown and Vancouver's Chinatown. And these places were really exist because there were so many immigration laws against the Chinese in Canada.
Montreal's Chinatown is the 2nd oldest neighborhood in the city and the last of its kind in the province.
I hope the film really kind of gets people thinking about this neighborhood, not in terms of just being a tourist attraction, but being an important and integral part to the history and the future of Montreal as well. When you're kind of marginalized communities, but also marginalized communities whose histories aren't celebrated as being part of the narrative of the city, it's very easy for your community and your neighborhood to get erased.
Nobody's going to kick us out of our house. This is our house.
In Montreal, Brittany Henriques, City News.
Ahead.